And later, Jacob and his descendants also went to the Egypt and went to the promised land. And then we see Joseph and Jesus and Mother Mary went to Egypt and went to the promised land. So anyway, there was a famine. Okay, verse 11, we read 11. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarai, in fact, the Sarai is a cousin of Abraham. They are husband and wife, plus they are also cousins of each other, cousin, brother and sister. So those days, even today, there are second cousins getting married, and even some first cousins with special permissions in some special cases. So when he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarai, I know well that you are a woman beautiful in appearance. She was almost around 90 years old then. So in her 90s, she was so beautiful. So I'm sure she never used any makeups or anything, just not because of any makeup, but because of a good character. Anyway, when he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarai, I know well that you are a woman beautiful in appearance. And remember, okay, continue verse 12. And when the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife. Then they will kill me, but they will let you live. So Abraham is planning something mischievous. It's not so good for him because he's a chosen one of God, but he did some malicious thing. What did he do? We have no choice, but we have to go to Egypt because otherwise we will not survive because there is a famine. But if we go to Egypt, there will be problem. If they know you are my wife, then they will kill me first and take you. Because among all the Gentiles and also among the Israelites, it is forbidden to take the wife of somebody else. As long as they live, husband is alive, no one is supposed to touch the wife of someone else. If somebody touches the wife of someone who is alive, then there is curse upon them and family. This is a belief which was prevalent those days, not only among the Israelites, but also among the Egyptians and pagans, all the pagans. So this was very much active. So Abraham knew, since she is so beautiful, somebody will come and take her. So if I am the husband, they may kill me and take her. If I am her brother, they may allow me to stay, live, and they will take Sarai as the wife. So he is mischievous, and he said, so you are my sister, I am your brother. So they may take you, but no problem. You live there, but I will be alive. So this was the intention of Abraham. And he said, this is, okay, continue verse 13. So say you are my sister, so that it may go well with me because of you. See, because of you, I will be alive. If I am a husband, they will kill me and take you. Anyway, they are going to take you. So at least I will be alive if you say that I am your brother. And that my life may be spared on your account. Okay, verse 14. When Abraham entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. So these Egyptians knew this Hebrew woman is so beautiful. And verse 15. When the officials of Pharaoh saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh. So they were so happy to see such a beautiful woman. And they went and told Pharaoh about this woman. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house because without taking Abraham, they took Sarai because they already introduced themselves as brother and sister. So they thought Abraham will be happy that the Pharaoh is taking his sister to be married as a wife. Then verse 16, we read like this, and for her sake, he dealt well with Abraham. So the Pharaoh was happy with Abraham and said, okay, I'll give you a special building, special guest room, guest house here. You stay here because you are my brother-in-law from today. So, and he had sheep, oxen, male, donkeys, male and female slaves, and female donkeys and camels. Verse 17. But the Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his house with great plague because of Sarai, Abraham's wife. My dear brothers and sisters, God knew Abraham is playing a half truth. It was a half truth. It is true that it is his sister, but also she's also wife. He hid the real fact, and there was a half truth. So by unknowingly, Pharaoh and the family are committing a sin of taking the wife of someone else unknowingly. Even when they committed a sin unknowingly, they are afflicted. God was so angry. The Pharaoh and the family lost the protection. The plague, the pandemic, epidemic attacked that family, the whole house of Pharaoh. My dear brothers and sisters, the sin is always sin, whether you know it or don't know it. Whether you are ignorant about it, sin can have consequence, because the punishment doesn't come from God. If it was coming from God, we could have said, God, I'm sorry, I didn't know about it. But it is not from God. The sin itself will punish us. Sin itself will punish us. So the moment they committed sin, Pharaoh and his whole house was afflicted with the plagues instantly, because he took someone else's wife. This has to open the eyes of every one of us. The moment you look at someone else's wife and have a feeling for them, remember, it will lose your protection. You will lose your protection. Verse 18. We read 18. So Pharaoh called Abraham and said, what is this you have done to me? See, he is a Gentile. Pharaoh is a Gentile, a pagan. But Abraham is a child of God, the real God's follower. And he is wrong, and the Pharaoh is right. And what is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? See, if it was your wife, we would not have touched her. We would not have taken her. Verse 19. Why did you say she is my sister, so that I took her for my wife? I took her as my wife. Now then, here is your wife. Take her and be gone. Take your wife and go. Because of this lady, the whole family of mine is in trouble. What does it mean? Because of extra-marital relationship, taking the wife of someone else, taking the husband of someone else, it will bring disaster for the whole family. The whole family, not only the one person who commits sin, but the whole family will be afflicted with the lack of protection. This is something that even in the Old Testament it is practiced. That is why one of the 10 commandments is do not covet the neighbor's wife. One of the 10 commandments. Verse 20, continue reading, verse 20. And Pharaoh gave his men orders concerning him, and they set him on the way with his wife and all that he had. Praise the Lord. Now there is something